basilyo kahit nakailiit, bawat dampay may taong sadyang mababait. Julio Valiente, Julio Valiente, Julio Valiente, Valiente, Valiente. Nakailiit, bawat dampay may taong sadyang mababait. Julio Valiente, Julio Valiente, Julio Valiente, Valiente, Valiente. Ngunit saan man dako, may parating pala, may taksil na tao, mapagsamantala. Isang Julio Valiente sa kalaban.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Chef Aaron. Today, we're going to be setting foot in Southeast Asia yet again, but this time it's going to be the Philippines. And this country was requested to me by none other than Cathy Rice Munro. As always, thank you for your request. I'd like to give a big shout out to you, and I hope to receive more requests from other people sometime soon. Okay, so I'm going to start my review off by talking about the largest city in the Philippines, which is Quezon City. And this city is pretty good. It looks mostly like what you would find in sort of like a Canada a little bit. It looks like a bit of a Canadian city. And it's very nice, though it's not really as futuristic and it's not really as colorful as you can see here. Like, it just looks like a standard city, but it's not too bad. Kind of similar to what I said about Surabaya in the last episode in Indonesia. But yeah, and you can see some nice palm trees right here, though the palm trees in the Philippines I don't find really look quite as exotic as the palm trees that I see in other Asian or African countries. And yeah, that's pretty much what I got to say about it. Okay, so now I'm going to shift my attention over to the second largest city in the Philippines, as well as the capital city, which is called Manila. And this city looks very similar to that of Montreal and Quebec in Canada, because as you can see here at night it looks all colorful and futuristic, and it just looks like there could be a lot of entertainment going on in this city. And yes, it's just a very cool city. Okay, so as far as tourist attractions in the Philippines go, there aren't really a whole lot that really catch my attention besides this one right here. Take a look at this.
Tingkat dyan.
Okay everyone, sorry for the jump scare, but in case anyone wonders what that was basically Dinosaurs Island, which is located just south of the city of Baguio. I think it's called Baguio. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. And it's just a theme park where you just climb up a bunch of steps and you see a bunch of dinosaurs being like Tyrannosaurus Rexes, and you can also see a little bit of other dinosaurs as well. And it's a pretty scary place to be. Okay, so overall, I'd probably have to give the country of the Philippines a B. Now, without further ado, let's head up to my kitchen, and I'll show you how to make the Bistek Tagalog. Okay, so in order to make the Bistek Tagalog, the ingredients you will need are as follows. We have in this bowl 2 pounds of beef which have been cut up into strips. And in this bowl I have 5 tablespoons of soy sauce. And in this bowl I have 1.5 teaspoons of garlic powder, as well as half a teaspoon of black pepper. And in this bowl I have some lemon juice. And in this bowl I have 3 cloves of garlic, 4 tablespoons of cooking oil. And in this bowl I have 2 medium red onions which have been sliced into rings. And I have half a teaspoon of granulated white sugar in this bowl. And in this measuring cup over here I have 1.5 cups of beef broth. We're going to get started right now. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is, in this bowl, we're going to use the beef, and we're going to mix it in with our lemon juice. So I'm just going to take my lemon juice, I'm going to pour it into here. Make sure it's evenly coated. And I'm also going to take my soy sauce. I'm just going to pour it all around the beef as well. Make sure it's all evenly coated. And I'm also going to add my seasonings of granulated garlic and some pepper. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little spoon and I'm going to mix it all around like this. And I'm just going to keep stirring it until it's all nicely marinated. And afterwards we'll move on to the cooking process. Yes, this looks very appetizing, doesn't it? Bistek Tagalog. Okay, so what we're going to do now is at medium heat, we're going to heat up a saucepan. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this cooking oil and we're just going to pour it all into here, like this. That's all the oil. Now I'm just going to spread it all around so that it's evenly layered on the pan, like this. And to this oil I'm going to add my onions. Okay, and we're just going to let all these onions cook until they're nice and fully browned. Okay, so what you want to do now is in a separate bowl, after you've caramelized your onions, you want to transfer them to a small bowl. And afterwards we will put in the beef mixture from earlier and we'll start cooking that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now is we're going to take this marinated beef mixture and we're just going to add it to the same pan as we did the onions. And we just want to let this all cook until it turns a nice light brown color. Okay, so once you've cooked your beef, what you want to do is you want to transfer it to a separate bowl. Now make sure the bowl you transfer it to when setting it to a side is not the same bowl that you use when marinating it, because you don't want to contaminate your beef. You want to leave it in a separate bowl. Okay, so now the next thing you want to do is in the same saucepan, what you want to do is you want to take your 3 cloves of garlic. You just want to stick them in the pan like this. Make sure it's spread all around nice and evenly. That's good enough. And now I'm going to take my beef broth and I'm just going to add it just like this. And I'm just going to let this heat up for a bit, and afterwards we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so once your beef broth has heated up, the next thing you want to do is you want to take your beef that you cooked from earlier and you want to add that back into the saucepan. Just like this. Okay, so now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the lid of the saucepan and I'm going to cover it. I'm just going to let it simmer for a little while. Okay, so now once you've cooked your beef, then the last thing you want to do is you want to take your sugar and you want to add it to the mixture like this. And you also want to take your caramelized onions from earlier and you just want to add them to the mixture as well. Okay, so now we're just going to mix this all in. And afterwards I will do a taste test and I'll tell you what I think of it. Okay, so one more thing before I do a taste test, I'm just going to take some parsley. I'm just going to sprinkle it all over the mixture like this, just as a garnish. And afterwards, this will be ready to be served. Okay, now I'm going to do a taste test. This is really good. I can taste all the flavors very well. The soy sauce is definitely in there. Tastes a bit of parsley and some lemon. It's good. Okay, now here's our finished product, served with some rice and some Caesar salad. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode.